All right, here is rep to the USD. We'll first count to 5 waves up. So 1, 2, ABC, the lowest point. 1, ABC, 2, 3, ABCDE, triangle, and 5. If I draw a pattern on this, which is quite uncanny in this way, it's got a definable wedge. And if this wedge is going to break out, it'll be very nice to see because then the breakout will be pretty impressive. So far, this correction would count as a very nice, probably a zigzag ABC. And again, as is usually the question with all coins, is this where the correction ends? Well, let's look at the correction from this wave 1 and down to wave 2. The first initial down could have been thought of as the bottom of the correction and the completion of it. But instead, it dragged on a little more to a slightly lower low. That's all it took. And the time aspect, when one would have thought it would have ended maybe here, it actually turned out to be a lot longer than that, maybe twice as long, if not more, I think. If this ABC is truly the completion of the correction, it's taken a very short time from the biggie top of 5 to the ABC. And if this is any indication that this may not be the bottom here at the C, but rather the correction can extend let's make it at least twice 2x. Then clearly after the breakout, either another lower low is possible, sideways action. But as the coin increases in the liquidity, in the exposure to holders, in other words, a lot more people now hold rep coin. Also, the number of exchanges that currently trade rep coin can be found in all these different exchanges right here. So the liquidity of this coin has been improving, a good sign. So instead of making it twice as longer or more than twice as longer, maybe it'll be shorter because the liquidity has enhanced. But I don't think it'll be this ABC that'll call the bottom of the correction. Let's look at a higher degree resolution at 4 hours. We could get one more lower low here because the proximity from the apex to where the price is right now can be closer, so we can go to here. It's becoming very similar to what Bitcoin had gone through. If we get a very nice decisive breakout of this top line, it'll be a very good indication. Now, if we go to 1 hour, I see a bit of a upward pointing wedge forming right here as well. So the call for the one more lower low can make sense. So that'll probably be the leading primary count that I have. If you look at it here as well, same thing happened. Look, very similar in fractals. That too. So I think there's a strong likelihood for rep to have one more lower low. If that's the case, if you have cash, a potential buying opportunity to cast a small ladder of buys could be within this range. Percentage-wise, it's a big difference, I understand. But if you have cash, buying at these levels, taking small, frugal nibbles would be could be potentially very profitable with the turn or the bottoming. But I wouldn't dump all my wallet into this single ladder. Then what happens? If you dump a whole wallet into a single buying ladder, you run out of cash. When you run out of cash, what happens? Panic sets in when the price and if the price goes even lower than that. So you need to keep your powder very frugal in expenditures and have it last. Quite often, when the correction finishes, if I started with 15, 17% in cash, I usually have about half of that still remaining. That is how small, incremental ladder buying you should be doing. All right, I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments section. Thank you.